saying
this could be love
because I had the time of my life.
Oh, man. I mean, that was great.
Beautiful.
That was great.
Virginia is literally over here rocking out to her own voice.
Yes, she was.
She's bobbing her head to
Oh,
that.
yeah. Feeling it.
The sweet spot.
Jaybird and Denny's doing the one that I want.
Better shape up. Better understand.
Lucky in love, drinking Mountain Dew. Lucky in love with me and you. You're the one that I want.
You're the one that I want.
You're the one that I need. Baby,
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Baby, you're
The one that I want.
You're the one that I want now. Yes, indeed.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh, boy.
Kevin, Virginia, and Jason are live on 97.9 WRMF and the KVJ Show app.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Feet, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the KVJ Show. Happy Wednesday, everybody. What's going on with y'all?
Hello.
Yeah.
Happy hump day.
That's right, it is. Absolutely. Going through it. Not too early to start looking ahead to the weekend. Bless you. You all right? How you doing?
Sorry, I have terrible allergies.
You do? What are you allergic to?
And he doesn't have that thing that most people have where you go,
A warning.
achoo.
Yeah.
Like, for him, it's like sniper sneezes.
Yeah, he just has, it just comes on and there's no controlling it, huh?
I always got in trouble at school. Teachers thought I was disrupting the class on purpose.
Trying to
No.
get attention.
Yeah, they did. I would do other things to get attention. That was legit.
I can't imagine why they would think that.
Some of us are peacockers, Virginia.
Peacock or Pennington. Yeah, that's how he does it.
Some of us like attention. That's all.
That's
Hey.
like attention.
How you going to get noticed by the girls if you don't peacock a little bit?
You are.
That's
Amen.
right.
Amen.
Look at me, ladies.
Girls
Here
don't
I
want a
am.
wallflower. They
Yep.
want a peacock.
Well, if you like take a little peek at Peacock or Pennington, he is right now on Kvj TV.
Not looking very good.
I think you look great.
No, the allergies, it does. Allergies make you age about 10 years in your face.
Do you know what the allergies to? Is it some kind of pollen?
I think it is either a pollen because there's a bunch of stuff that keeps flying into my place from the trees. I can't control it. Or I'm also taking out a bunch of stuff from my closets, and I don't know if that's
Okay.
chucked up some dust.
Spring cleaning has kind of got the dust kicked up.
Yeah, a little spring cleaning. Yeah,
Look at you, spring cleaning.
I'm the worst cleaner. I'm such a bad cleaner.
Are you?
Oh, I'm terrible. Yeah, I know. You're
Yeah.
so shocked. I try hard, but the results aren't good.
I'll tell you, you know what? Just try it. The effort's there.
I could see you hiring one of those people that comes over and they just organize everything. They clean it all, they organize it, they put it in bins and label it.
I should take a picture of the one closet that's causing massive anxiety, and I do. It's funny you should, because I almost brought this up to you. I need almost like an ABC 1, 2, 3 how to attack it because I keep trying to clean it.
I hired a chick to do that one time because I had the same thing. I had a small closet and I had too much packed into it, and it gave me a panic attack every time I looked at it.
Yeah.
And this chick came over to my house, and it was a couple $100, but she was there for like hours, and she literally organized all my clothes, all the bags, all the shoes, all the everything. She put everything in order, and she labeled stuff in little bins, and I knew exactly where everything was. And then when I opened my closet, I was like,
Yeah, there's something about it. Feels that's why to me, I love having in a place when it's not. I feel like my life is out of sorts, and that's why it's been kind of a big thing that Netflix special that they've had. The
Marie Kondo,
yeah, I think's her
yes.
name. That Japanese lady that organizes everything.
All it's done is just cause more. I mean, I've been trying to clean out this closet, and it's adding so much more little messes. So it's terrible at my place right now.
Yeah.
I'm jumping over it. I'm tripping constantly
Sometimes you got to
tripping.
step forward to step, or step back a little bit to step forward. That's kind of what it is. It looks a little chaotic at first.
Okay, organized chaos, I believe they call it.
Yeah. We got to pull it all out, and then it creates a mess.
See, I have to clean my closet before I have somebody clean my closet because I've got weird things in there. I don't know if I want people.
Oh, what kind of stuff are we talking about?
You just got to do, kind of like you were talking yesterday, some
Yeah.
people feel like they have to go on a diet before they actually go to the gym.
Yeah.
I have to clean my closet before I have somebody clean my closet.
Yeah, a lot of people there's so much stuff that we do in life that you got to do that stuff. I mean, how many women actually, take care of themselves before they go to the gyno? I've actually heard people that will trim their nails before they go get a pedicure.
Yeah.
Or a manicure, and you're like, why?
Yeah, I straighten up before the cleaning lady comes over. It's weird.
'Cause you don't want
I
her-
don't understand why.
You don't want her to think you're that much of a pig.
Right. Like, you can clean up and do the dishes, but I don't want you to see my dirty underwear on the floor. So
Right.
I've got to pick those up and hide those in the clothes basket.
Weird things we do.
I just leave such a trail after like an event, like a cocktails and karaoke. I'm like
Yeah.
a bear. And the next morning I wake up and go, what the hell happened?
Well, that's just that's just the drunk trail.
I'm a bear.
Yeah, I think a lot
You
of people
are
do
very
that.
grizzly bear-like.
Arr.
You need to move into a cave.
I think I would do
That
well in a
actually-
cave.
I do too. I think
I
that
do.
would go. That'd be a good move for you. If any real estate people out there are selling any caves right now,
Oh, you mean a man cave? No, a real cave.
a real cave now.
Just figure out how to get air conditioning in that thing, and I could make it work.
They're actually usually pretty seasonally cool.
Yeah, caves are cool. They're also damp, though.
I like a damp.
He's okay
yeah,
with
I'm
damp.
okay with damp.
Damp works for him.
All right.
Yeah, I think a cave's good for you. That's a good idea.
KVJ Show is all over social media. Find us Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
All right, Jay Bird, what you got on your mind here today?
We were talking about this little topic, and I wasn't sure how to get into it, but me and Denny's were thinking about, could you sleep at night knowing your front door was open the whole time? And what would scare you the most about that? Would it be insects, animals getting in there, or someone coming in to kill you? Could you, because there's a really good chance you could sleep with the front door open and
Now,
nothing bad
it's
happen.
open or it's unlocked?
It's open. It's just open. Your front door's open. Would you be able to sleep like that?
I think it depends upon what neighborhood you're talking about.
Your current neighborhood, you could still sleep peacefully?
My current neighborhood,
Yeah.
with the front door open. Yeah, it just depends upon where it is. No, it's not going to be the insects. It's going to be intruders. That's going to be my first concern. But it depends upon, I think, where you are. If I'm in a swamp, I'm worried about animals or insects.
Well, I was wondering if I kept the door open the entire night. Let's just say that had happened, because that's happened before.
I'm not surprised. A bear doesn't close his door.
That's why I'm telling you, cave is a great idea for you.
I thought
No
a cave-
doors to worry about closing. Just an open mouth.
I'm with you. But every time, because there was one time I left my sliding glass door open.
Not
and
surprised.
Squirrels like to kind of jump, and I got awesome snacks. I get why squirrels are trying to get in there. But for me, I feel like if you leave your front door open, the percentages of animals coming in are pretty high, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, you're going to have at least insects, probably lizards, maybe rodents.
Yeah, there was just a weird conversation me and Denny's were having.
Imagine that.
Yeah, I thought we'd bring it up, see what you guys thought. It went nowhere. All right, Virginia, what's on your mind?
Well, I'm so excited because this week and next week, I have 2 back-to-back big-time cooking demos. So this Thursday, big stuff for me. This is my favorite. So big stuff this Thursday. It's Fork and Cork at Legacy Place, and I'm doing crawfish wrapped in bacon for one of my demos. And then coming up next weekend, next Saturday, it's the Crawfish Festival at Downtown at the Gardens. And I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff, incorporating crawfish into cocktails.
Can you do a festival of like, some kind of food that I like to eat?
Yeah, grilled cheese.
How about I make you a bacon-wrapped crawfish, hold the crawfish?
Yeah, that's cool, I guess. I don't know. You're always doing these cooking things. Cook something cool, man.
It's crawfish season, so it's only here for a few months, and I get so excited. And, you know, I get them fresh from my friends down at Pops, so I'm so excited. Fresh live crawfish today.
Okay.
You do a little cooking demo, a little video?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do 2 of them. I'm going to do one today in my kitchen where I'm just going to boil crawfish, and then I'm going to do one live next Saturday at downtown at the Gardens.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to your cooking demo. I liked that thing you did.
I'll totally keep doing them. I mean, it's just, I got a lot of good things going on.
Busy girl, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking to ghosts, doing that podcast. It's a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Busy people around here. What I got on my mind is I am big time into sleep and getting good sleep. I often wind up in a weird spot like I was the other night, though, where I had eaten earlier, but I think I ate too early and I was kind of hungry. Have you ever had that where you're trying to go to sleep and you can't because you're hungry?
Yes.
Yes.
I cannot sleep if I am hungry, and so sometimes I have to have a little something before I go to bed, but I was just reading today, what you eat right before you go to sleep will determine whether or not you're going to sleep or not. There are 3 foods they say you need to stay away from, and don't eat those right before you go to bed or you're not going to be able to sleep as well.
Interesting. I wonder
Yeah.
if I'm eating these things.
Maybe. Fruits and vegetables.
No. I'm not eating those.
You're good, Bird.
Safe. Yeah, they say especially ones that contain a lot of water like melons and cucumbers. If you eat those, they can cause you to wake up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, just like chugging a big glass of water right before you go to bed. So they say, actually, oddly enough, a lot of fruits and vegetables are not good to eat right before you go to bed. They say simple starches like bread, potatoes, and rice are not good either. Now, a lot of times I would think it would be because you're like, okay, it's carby. It's like I'm all loaded up and
Oh, yeah.
I'm starched and ready to pass out. Now, they say they'll make you feel tired and they'll help you fall asleep, but then what happens is because of what it is and when it gets into your stomach, your blood sugar spikes, which can disrupt your sleep because you kind of get, oh, you got energy. That's in a sense what it is. Those foods are used to give you energy and to pick you up during the day. So when you eat them right before you go to bed, after you fall asleep, your body's going to be like, okay, let's go. I got the energy. Let's make it happen.
That makes sense. I had 3 chocolate chip cookies last night, fell asleep, and then woke up pretty quick throughout the night.
You got the starches and you've also got the sugar from the chocolate chips. And so that's going to spike your insulin too. So you're going to be, luckily while you're sleeping, you're going to be storing all that cookie to fat. And you're also going to be like, amped up.
If I'm being completely honest, too, I was sipping on some squirt. I'm back to some of my old ways. I'm back to some of my old ways, and I need to get back to being healthy.
Yeah.
How many of those peanut butter Oreos still exist?
They're gone.
Oh,
But here's the thing, though. I had given them away to some people. I like to share my cookies.
Okay,
I
that's
do.
good.
I'll share.
Oh, you
He
had
is a
company?
sharer.
You had company
Yeah,
last night?
I had a lot of men over last night.
That
did.
sounds- Are you switching teams? What are you
No.
doing over there?
No.
I know it's Pride Month, but
I got people working on stuff at my place.
interesting. And you
Okay.
feed them in cookies.
Yeah, I'm a cookie giver.
Okay. That's what he does.
I wish you guys would eat more cookies.
Oh, I'm trying to go the opposite direction.
Me too. I'm trying to have a cookie-free life.
You guys are in the minority, I think. I think most people, when offered a cookie, they're going to take it. You guys, it's like pulling a tooth. I don't know. It's 80 calories.
I ate your cookie.
You did, but it wasn't an easy thing. It's always, there's drama. I don't know.
Always drama. And the other item that you got to watch out for, eating right before you go to bed, is bad fats like fried foods, butter. They say those will give you the worst sleep. That's what you don't want to eat. That'll keep you up. They say the best stuff is you want good fats, like you want to have nuts, you want to have maybe some fatty fish, you want to have some like avocado kind of things. Those things will help you get to sleep.
Ooh, fish and nuts for a midnight snack.
Yes. Or before you go to bed. Yeah, so that might be some of the differences. If you are having problems sleeping, look at what you're eating before you go to bed because those 3 different varieties of foods will actually keep you awake.
You mean cookies and squirt is not the way to go?
Oddly enough.
No, when we put it all down on paper and looking at it, I'm doing it all wrong.
He'd be great if he was eating fruits and vegetables. He's eating cookies and squirt.
I've only gone back to those old ways in the last couple weeks. Since I got my taste buds back,
I get it.
I've been living a different lifestyle.
Well, you were so happy to get them back.
You're right.
Hopefully that celebratory period passes, though.
It needs to end.
Got this email actually from yesterday's show from Daniel. He said, I'd heard Jaybird talking about how he plowed through a whole bunch of Oreos. You know, this is not rare at all. In fact, everyone I know refers to it as doing a line of Oreos. It is when you down a complete row of Oreos. In fact, none of us ever eat just one Oreo. We do a line of Oreos.
Thank you for the support. Thank you. It's nice to know there are others out there.
Yeah, so when apparently in his circle, when somebody says, hey, you want to do a line,
It's Oreos.
it's Oreos, and that's what it means. They sit down and knock down a whole row of Oreos.
Oreos and Krispy Kreme donuts, you don't even realize how many you've eaten until they're gone. And they just go down so quick. I could eat a whole box of Krispy Kreme like that.
When those Krispy Kreme are hot, there's only a place, I think the Fort Lauderdale place is the only place where you can go get them hot, right? Anymore?
Think so, yeah.
Oh my
Could
gosh.
I please talk to Fat Kevin for 1 second?
Sure.
Fat Kevin, if you had a choice between a Krispy Kreme donut with the white cream and chocolate on top, that donut, or a jelly donut, which one would Fat Kevin go for?
A white cream.
Oh, Fat
no.
Kevin, I love
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just my jam. Jelly almost seemed like fruit, which almost seemed like it was healthy. In a roundabout connection, I could actually draw the lines to that being healthy.
I get it.
Too healthy.
Fat Kev did not approve of health food back in the day. That's not going to happen. Coming up here in a couple minutes, they did a survey, modern conveniences that have improved our lives the most. What would be your number one? Modern conveniences that improved your life the most.
I would say being able to check my email on my smartphone and not needing a computer.
I'm going, number one for me is smartphone. Absolutely. I mean, there is so much stuff I do with my phone now, from keeping myself organized. It has totally revolutionized my life. My schedule is on point. I'm able to watch my favorite shows, get all the scores I need and information.
Can we show some respect, though, for the microwave? Can I get an amen on that?
You could, but I'm talking about your number one. Without a doubt, I'm arguing top to bottom. Mine is smartphone. Yours is microwave.
It's got to be smartphone. Think about it.
Don't tell me how to live my life. Yeah, I have thought
It's
about
about
it.
you,
Yeah,
Jay-Bird.
Exactly. Don't get out of here.
That's about you.
I just hate it when you're wrong.
What's your number one? Is yours microwave?
I don't know. Now Virginia's in my head. I mean, I really don't love my smartphone. I don't like checking emails. That's awful. You guys are like, oh, I can check my emails anytime. Oh,
Everything
cool.
I just mentioned, he doesn't
He
like.
hates it.
Organization.
Oh my gosh, my worst
checking
fear
emails.
is like having like 15 emails and everybody's like waiting for me to respond and I don't respond because I have to go in and check my email on the computer. Like,
See-
no, it's on my phone. I can check it at a red light. I can answer somebody's question and then they're off my butt.
That's so much drama. Microwave, zero drama. It's you and microwave and your food.
Pure
Such is life.
enjoyment.
Yes,
Yep.
thank you.
Okay. They did a survey of 2,000 people. What came out number one? I'll tell you next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Well, there's a survey that is out all over the place today about the top modern convenience that has improved our lives. We've seen these kind of surveys before. 2,000 people they did in this one. Virginia and I both agreed it's our smartphones, and I think for a lot of people, I don't know how you could argue anything else because of everything you get from it. It has completely changed my life.
I thinking about not being able to go to a YouTube and watch a video and already having that feeling like you want to watch and it's not there. That would suck. All
Yeah.
right, you guys have talked me into it.
You're backing off from your initial stance on the microwave.
Well, you publicly yelled at me.
Well, I think the reason why this survey is getting a little bit of traction today is because, according to their survey, people said washing machines was number one. And that I just don't even get at all because, I mean, you've got an alternative for a washing machine. Pretty simple. I mean, you got I know my hometown is the world capital
Of the washboard.
of the washboard. In fact, they have the Washboard Festival. So I know it's very possible, and many people do in my hometown, wash clothes without a washing machine.
My mom, to try to save money, she would dry our clothes and put them on a clothesline, and they never would dry.
Oh, they're
right?
so crisp.
They would cut
and
my
wrinkly.
skin. I would get the worst rashes on my skin because they would be so hard and cut me.
Air drying clothes on a clothesline is the worst.
It is.
My
Okay.
grandmother used to do that too to save money. She had a dryer.
Yes.
But what they would do is they would wash clothes in the washer and then bring all the wet clothes out in the backyard and with clothespins pin them to a wire in your backyard that had these two posts. It was so obnoxious and ostentatious. It was just huge in the backyard.
I thought they always sold that on those commercials for detergent, that it was like, it would be
Terrible.
No.
Have that
It was
spring
awful.
fresh smell.
It makes them so crisp and like still wrinkly and gross.
I would be so
Weird.
bummed out because sometimes it would rain on top of it, and then you've got this like the washer water and then rainwater drying into your clothes.
Yeah.
There'd be a leaf on it. It was terrible. I would go,
Bugs.
Mom, why can't we use the dryer? We're saving money.
Okay.
Why
We're
was
saving 20 cents.
Yeah, why-
It's probably 20 cents to run the dryer.
why
I
did
don't
you,
know.
Why did you buy $100 worth of corn dogs if we're saving money?
Well, that's why. What do you want?
I know.
What would you have rather had?
You're right, corn dogs.
Your mom made the right decision for her baby Jaybird. I don't know how you can even argue that. Refrigerators, they have at number 2. And to me, I would argue a refrigerator is more important than a washing machine.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, with what it does keeping your food. Smartphone, they got at 3. Then they put online banking at 4 and laptops at 5.
Air condition.
Thank you.
That is going to be up there for me, man. I need my air.
They did this in South Florida. Yeah, it ranks
Oh,
higher.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
could you sleep with just a fan on you?
No.
There's no way.
We've tried. Remember when the power was out from the hurricanes?
Yeah.
It was awful.
Wireless internet, they got at 6. And your microwave is at 7, Jaybird.
Okay, so it wasn't so far off. Trying to publicly shame me.
GPS also made the top 10. And as far as getting around and finding places, it is key. I am so bad anymore, and I just get so distracted with my driving and whatever's going on. If I go simple places, I put on the GPS to take a left to remind me, because I've had that thing like Jaybird does. I blow right past my exit, and it's a to-do.
Remember when back in the day, somebody had to give you directions how to get someplace
Yeah.
and you had to write them down?
Yeah.
And then as you're driving, you're trying to like read the directions?
Crazy. Yeah, that's why it's in the top 10.
GPS is awesome.
I believe on that. Yeah, but Virginia and I, we said smartphones. That's our number 1. I'm going to stick by that after even seeing that list. To me, that is the number 1 most important. And it is. I mean, you look at everything that you get with your smartphone and what it does. I mean, I just look at it now. And I am on this thing all the time, all day long. And, you know, they try to like come out with those things about how often we're checking on our phones. It's supposed to startle you. You're supposed to be like, oh, I'm going to stop doing it. Now it makes me want to click into it more. I'm like, you know, damn the haters. I'm going with this because I look at it. There's just everything I do in life. This phone is always attached to me. And that's why it's a big deal. You know, it's not only just something that keeps our lives going, but it's a big status symbol too. Jaybird was even talking about your niece has a friend that apparently if you don't have the right kind of phone, you're not right to date her.
Oh, she claims that, and a lot of girls have this. She goes out with this guy, okay? They have a pretty good date,
Yeah.
but he's got an old, broke down phone. I guess he doesn't have apps on it. It is so old and low budget. And she said she judged him so hard, it was a turnoff. And because of his phone, he wasn't getting date number 2. And I thought that was so shallow.
Yeah.
Isn't that shallow?
I get it.
You get it?
I'm shallow.
You judge a man on his phone?
I mean, I would be like, okay, this guy is not moving and shaking. This guy is not even up on technology.
Yeah.
This guy can't even like get a simple app. That tells me that he's not in the game, baby.
So
Do you want a guy that's not in the game?
I don't know. Does that mean you're not in the game of life because your phone doesn't have cool apps? You're a phone snob.
If he's an old guy, I get it because it's his generation. But if he's a younger guy and he doesn't have apps and he doesn't have a smartphone and he's not in the game, that is a turnoff. Now, I don't know about date number 2. If he was cute, if we had chemistry, I might still do date number 2. But
There's judgmental eyes right there.
there probably wasn't that much chemistry. And you put on top of that he had a weak ass phone, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Nah, I'm out."
This is the thing.
It just depends upon, you know, where you're set. I mean, there just are. I mean, like it or not, yeah, you would want somebody to be like, I want a man who's nice and strong and considerate. I don't care about his phone. And that's all good. That's fine. But I do know that, especially in South Florida, you're going to see this a lot, that women, they want a guy that looks like he's got it together. He's a power player. He's a guy
going
that is going to be a
places.
provider. Yeah.
He's gonna work as hard as I'm gonna work.
A lot of times that's more exciting. And I know, for instance, I talk to a lot of women and they look at shoes or belt or things like that. So, yeah, if dude's got a broke down phone or whatnot, unless he's got a handler, he's got the broke down, they'll say, that's cool. you got a handler that has the phone and you got a broke down phone yourself, that's a complete turn on.
If he's got a handler,
Right.
I've got a lady boner. That's awesome.
Yeah.
A handler? That means
Yeah.
you have a personal assistant?
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing.
There's no handler involved here.
And I get it. A lot of people are like, this is shallow, that's shallow. You don't want to be with that person anyway. I get it. You're right.
It is shallow.
When we break it down to the X's and O's of life and how it should be, you're right. You should never do that. It's terrible. It's horrible. I'm sorry, though. That's just the way it goes for a lot of people.
Okay, if you're in the dating world and you had a first date with a girl and it went well, and she had a broke down phone, is that a deal breaker for you?
Not for me. Not for me. No, I mean, that's not the kind of stuff that's big for me. But I am aware that, for some, it is a big deal. And personally, probably, I wouldn't really want to be with somebody that is going to be like, he's got a broke down phone. I don't want to be with him. Because for me, I would be more dialed into somebody that is a little bit,
You would never have a broke down phone, though, because you're a hustler. You're out there trying to make money.
See,
yeah, you're
That's
right.
impressive to us ladies. I'm just telling you how it is.
But you're saying that you're making all of these assumptions just based on his phone. You have no idea if this guy is a mover, a motivator. Just because he's got a broke down phone, judge the man on his heart, not his technology.
And that's ultimately, that's the way that it should be. But as Virginia's saying,
fantasy land.
and the way that it is, and here's what happens. When you present yourself to anybody, and it's not just a possible like date interest, it's a professional thing, just meeting friends, whatever it is. You send off a vibe. People are always kind of putting together an equation of whatever you are, and a broke down phone a lot of times sends other signals, and somebody's texting in. Probably means he's broke. Could be a big issue. He's got other side issues that might go on, because if that's dysfunctional, are there other parts of his life that are dysfunctional? I'm like going, okay.
Wow.
If you get to know somebody, though, in the next layer, you're going, man, they're a great person. And ultimately, I don't care what their phone is, because I know what they're all about. But first impressions, and if you're like, it's important to me to have somebody that seems like they've got it together, then what you got for your phone will send off a first impression radar for people.
When I say broke down phone, I don't want you to think it was broken looking. It just was an old phone to the point where it was old school. That's what I mean by broke down. But
Old school, like a flip phone?
it was old. Like, he doesn't like to make a bunch of payments. He's not into the smartphone thing. I don't know. I totally disagree with the witch on this one.
I don't know. I would really have to see what he's got going on. I really want to judge him based on everything.
His looks.
His look, his shoes, his style, his car,
But
his
on the
job.
on the flip side of this, though, you, the person with the broke down phone, can totally judge the person who's judging you for the phone you have, saying,
Sure.
then you can look at it and be like, okay, this is a person that is going to really care about what kind of job you have, what kind of car you're driving, what your clothes look like, what your phone's all about. And there's going to be an additional pressure to just a relationship in and of itself, that if any of these things fall by the wayside, it's going to be tough to keep your relationship going, because all of these things are so important to them.
Oh, gosh. Nightmare of a person to date.
You're not compatible. You're just not compatible. And that's
Right.
what dating is for. I know I'm hustling over here. I don't want some deadweight guy that don't even have a modern phone. He's not hustling.
You are
I want somebody to match me.
You are so you want someone extraordinarily shallow.
Yes.
Okay.
And hustling.
Somebody said, just to let you know, Virginia, I'm on my third job this week, and I've already made $2,600. How much money have you made this week?
Do they have an old phone?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got
And my
this,
phone cost me $80.
You've got this
So
thing.
ha.
If you don't have a smartphone, you're not hustling. That's just not true.
Look, I would just have to see this whole guy's game. Put him in front of me and let me check him out. If he's a young guy without a smartphone, I'm like, looking sideways.
All right.
And people are texting in too, saying, look, there's people with a lot of money, don't drive a fancy car, don't have a fancy phone, all this kind of stuff. And you're right, they definitely do. That somebody probably puts it in the bank or has in investments. But I know some of these girls around here, they'd be going, why you not have a fancy car if you got money? Why you not have fancy clothes if you got money? Why don't you have a fancy house if you got money? And you're right.
I agree with those girls.
Well,
Oh, take your act to Palm Beach.
Why
Right, and
can't
that's just what I'm saying. On the flip side of it, though, judge that girl and say, I don't want to be with one of these girls. There's plenty of guys out there that are going to try to put on the act and let them have their little song and dance together in their dysfunctional life that's all based on what they drive and what they have on their phone.
Absolutely. You're
Yes.
not a match.
You're not a match. Yeah, it's sad
Now
to
walk
say.
on by in your cheap shoes.
Welcome to life, and especially South Florida. It's just the way of the world.
Well, very eye-opening.
Yes, very eye-opening.
Here's what's coming up on the Dirt of the Day. Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in your dirt of the day. Oh my gosh, guys. There were tears yesterday on the talk. Somebody quit. I know, you can't wait to find out who it is.
If they all quit, I would cry. Oh my God.
Happy tears don't count.
Oh yes. Finally. I've heard my last clip from The View ever.
It's the talk, Kevin.
Oh, whatever. They can all quit. I hate it. These celebrities having a birthday today include the very talented country star Maren Morris. She is 29 years old. She had cleaned up at the ACMs that they had just earlier this week. And our girl Cassidy Pope from Wellington had been opening up for her better part of this last year. So she is a big-time star, and she's also going to be one of the headliners Saturday at Tortuga.
Tortuga.
Yes. So there you go, Maren Morris having a birthday today. Also, happy birthday, Haley Joel Osment.
Oh, that's good, Kev.
Yes.
That's very good.
He's 31 today. Mandy Moore. Now I guess better known for This Is Us. I remember her as a pop star back in the day.
Known for the song Candy.
Yeah.
I had such a crush on Mandy Moore. Still do. I've always loved her.
She's 35 today. So there you go.
That's all she is?
Yeah.
She's been around forever. I feel like she...
Yes.
You're just mad because you old.
Yeah. Been
You're
around for a
older
while.
than me. You got a lot of nerve. Really?
Charlie, is it Hunnam? How do you say his last name? He's 39. I say him because I know he's on Sons of Anarchy.
Hunam.
Is it?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. I know the ladies love him. I recently watched a movie. He had a new flick that was out on Netflix with Ben Affleck where they go and they try to rob a cartel guy down in the jungles of South America.
I highly recommend Sons of Anarchy. It's a character-driven show.
I might get to it one of these days, yeah.
It's a little... It gets a little hardcore for you.
Yes, and if I do decide to watch that show, I'll commit to learning his name.
You will start to wear leather jackets like I did. You will.
Really?
It changes a man.
I hope well, then I'm not going to watch it in August.
Yes.
Thank you for the heads up on that. And I got to say happy birthday, 11th, to Dylan, a.k.a. Pickles.
Pickles.
Yes.
Aw, I love that nickname.
From Mom, Dad, Heather, and all the family. Stacy sent that in. Got a birthday you want to get on the KVJ show for your loved ones. You just let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. Well, we've been doing this feature here the last couple of weeks on Fridays. It is the Bachelor Boot Camp. Suits is involved with it. It's kind of working on his game, how to respond properly to questions if he gets into a little, side conversation.
He's getting better.
Yeah, he is getting a little bit better. In fact, I got to tell you, yesterday, a big sign of how improved Suits is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I've been working with our young Suits here. He runs our KVJ TV, brought to you by Cleveland Clinic that we have, and we've been working a little bit on his game. 23 years old. He's out there. He's had a couple lady love interests. But, when you're that age, you can always work on your game a little bit. And so we do the Bachelor Boot Camp on Fridays with him, just kind of like, crafting it out. There are questions that come up and conversations and things like that. And we actually took some of the ridiculous questions that they've asked the people on the actual TV show, The Bachelor, and fired that at him to see how he responds. That's tough. If you can handle those kind of questions, then you are pretty good.
We'll be putting him through some intense training.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do.
That's why it's a boot camp. Yeah, it's a Bachelor boot camp. And apparently the hard work is starting to pay off because Suits apparently was out and he was just getting a sandwich. And the girl who was making a sandwich apparently was flirting all heavy with him.
Okay.
Now, what was the conversation like and how were you responding? Because apparently everything worked out pretty well here.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it kind of caught me off guard because for once I wasn't really thinking about acting that way. Like usually when I go into a situation and I try to flirt, it's when it kind of falls apart. I was just kind of I didn't.
That's a really great piece of advice. You're right. Don't try too hard.
Well, yeah, I just kind of walked in and I was in like a chipper mood and we started talking about, just kind of like basic, hey, how's it going today? As she was doing her thing. And then I complimented what she was wearing just it was a nice shirt. I didn't really think anything of it. Just kind of complimented it, and she ended up giving me the sandwich and then not charging me afterward. And I kind of
Wow.
She was just like, I would take my credit card out, and she's like, no, you're good. I'm like,
So
wait, what?
Did you flirt your way to a sandwich?
accidentally, I think I did. I'm kind of riding high on this.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Our boy is growing up.
Look at you. Congratulations.
Now, the person that was making your sandwich, would that be the kind of person that you could see yourself on a date with, possibly?
I mean,
That's a no, Kevin.
Okay. All right.
I mean, like I didn't really go in there flirting. I was just being polite, and it just kind of worked out. I mean, I didn't ask for a number or anything when she didn't give it to me. But I also was caught a little off guard on top of it. I mean, she wasn't bad. I don't think she was really my style, though.
Okay. Now,
Suits. Beggars can't be choosers. Don't be all picky over there. You got to get some wins under your belt before you start getting all picky. Come on now.
well, I'm curious, and I'm asking because I'm trying to figure out how do you respond when you're out and the sandwich girl's obviously flirting with you, and then she's like, "No, don't worry, it's on me." Where do you go from there? Do you just smile, say, "Cool, thanks," grab the sandwich, and take off running?
No.
If you're interested in her, you get the number. It doesn't sound like I'm reading between the lines here.
Yeah.
Suits was not into the woman making him the sandwich.
Yes. So in that case, you smile, say, "Wow, that's very kind. Thank you." You take the sandwich and you bolt out of there as quickly as you can, which sounds like that's what Seuss did. But if you've got a situation where, let's say that Suits was like, she's kind of cute, and it was kind of working for him. She fit his criteria. How should he handle that situation when cute sandwich girl says, "You know what? Don't worry about it"?
Jason in the chat room goes, "Sandwich girl is a listener, and she's so crushed right now hearing this story."
Gosh, I hope not.
I hope not either.
I will cry sandwich
I
tears.
know, because she's
don't
being
wanna
so
do that.
hashtag be cool.
She's so awesome.
All we were saying is she's just not Suits' type.
That's it. It's all
She's
we're
very
saying.
sweet. I mean, that's,
Yes. And Suits loves a girl with a limp. So that's the weird thing. If you don't have a limp, you're not going to be right for Suits.
But is it okay? Did Suits get the sandwich from flirting because he's got something going on, or did he get the sandwich because she was a listener? That's a fair question.
No, that is a fair question now, because here we're building up his game is like he's just so irresistible, but maybe it's just a KVJ fan.
Did she say Suits or anything like that?
Do you
she
go to
didn't.
that sandwich shop a lot?
No, actually.
Okay.
But she did not say anything. Usually when you meet a listener out, they'll say like, "Hey, are you Suits from the show or whatever?" But she didn't say anything. I don't think she knew who I was.
Yeah. Plus, he probably wasn't in a suit. Were you in a suit?
No, I don't, believe it or not, I don't walk around in my free time dressed in a suit.
Yeah, and it's just like Superman. When he's not dressed in a suit, you can't recognize him.
Secret identity over here.
You're kind of right. There's been times he's walked in with shorts on. I'm like, who is that guy?
Oh, yeah.
And that girl might have been cute, Suits. Give me your glasses. Your glasses are so dirty. You probably couldn't even see if she was cute. Give me
Here's-
those.
I had contacts
I need to
in,
clean your
so-
glasses.
Here's where Virginia calls you out for something wrong with your personal
They're
appearance.
so smudged. What are you doing over there, Suits?
I don't notice when I wear them. I guess now I can't see anything. I mean,
Well, next time someone tries to give you a sandwich, take the glasses off.
Take the glasses off and start spitting game.
Get them sandwich goggles on.
Yes, you need to get some wins.
I mean, at the very least, it was a confidence builder. I felt pretty good walking
Oh,
out.
absolutely.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, I get
Oh, my
it.
gosh, a free sandwich? Of course. That makes everybody feel good. How do you respond, though? Should the girl have been in his wheelhouse? Jaybird, if you wanted to be like cool about it,
If I was interested in the girl, that right there, if we're talking in the
what is
subway-
the line you throw out there? What do you say? What is your response? She's like going, "You know what? Don't worry about it. That's on me."
I would probably say something like this. Hey, here's my phone number. No pressure. If you ever want to do something and go get something to eat, give me a call. Zero pressure. Thank you for the sub. I'll talk to you later.
Or do you say something like you write down your number and you say, "You know what? Next sandwich is on me. Give me a call."
No, I definitely don't.
I'm gonna take you for a foot long.
No.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Put the expectation real
extra
high.
meat.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would not do
No.
that.
That's not it, huh? Okay. What kind of sandwich did you get? Boy, I know everybody's dying to know that, too.
I'm getting better. I actually had a turkey sandwich this time.
Oh,
Good for you.
What are the
Okay.
topics? I'm kind of curious where your palate is right now.
Lettuce and tomato and nothing else.
Oh, that's a weak ass sandwich.
He had hibachi over the weekend with us, and he got fish. He ate some vegetables. I saw it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was the talk of the table.
This is amazing.
It sounds like we're talking about an alien from outer space. He ate with a spoon.
I mean, it was pretty good. Some of the vegetables were a little weird, but for the most part, I liked it. It was not bad.
What vegetables you eating these days?
The broccoli's good.
Okay.
That's usually my go-to. I think there were some carrots in there were a little weird, but they're all right.
When you came to us several years ago, you ate chicken tenders and
Mac and
cheese, right? Did you
Yeah,
even eat pizza? Was that on your
Pizza, yeah.
Okay, so you ate like 3 food items.
You eat like
Pretty much.
Rocco.
Yeah, pretty much. If anybody's got a 3-year-old around, I've had the same diet.
Okay, all right. Well, congratulations, Suits.
Yeah, it's
something's
Thank you.
working.
It's a big
Something
day.
is working for
So
you.
It's a step in the right direction.
It's the swagger.
Well, if you are going to be buying gas in the state of Florida, you need to be buying your gas on Mondays. That is according to USA Today. They listed the best gas prices in the state. They say Mondays when you can get the best prices on gas. I think it's all because of the Gas Buddy app or gasbuddy.com.
Okay.
They say Fridays are the worst day to fill up in Florida. They say over the course of the year, you can save $20 to $30 if you game the system. I know some people have that app, and they're always looking for the best gas station to go to, staying away from the ones that are right on I-95 or the Turnpike because those cost a little bit more money.
The racetrack here, right by us, they consistently have some of the lowest gas, and I look.
Yes, but then they're also scanning your credit cards and using those later.
Yeah, no, there's always some kind of dramatics going on there.
3 peddlers that might not have a home.
That's how they get you in there. Low gas prices. You're not going to think, they're running right through one of them skimmers.
You go there 5 times during the week. 3 out of the 5, there's something going down at that gas
But
station.
if you're looking to buy something out of somebody's trunk, it's a great place.
They do. I've had someone approach me. They were trying to sell me shirts out of their car. I'm like, I'm good.
How many did you get?
I got 2.
They do have some random stuff going on there. Well, when it comes to driving, they say that distracted driving is getting worse. In fact, it's up 10% from last year. Not a good sign. I know here in the state of Florida, they are trying to get that distracted driving bill in order where if a cop just sees you texting, they can pull you over for that. I think right now it's a secondary offense, and they're trying to get that changed. If it's already changed, I don't do it anyway. I try to really be mindful of never text. Just wait till you get to the red light if you've got to do it.
Most times when you're texting, 90% of the time, it's hey, how's it going? Or it's something that can wait. And we think we got to text right away. There was some girl on 95 doing about 30 miles an hour in the left-hand lane, texting with one hand, and driving with the other.
Terrible. It's causing so many accidents. Yeah, you said you even saw a cop that was texting and driving?
Me and Denny's were driving yesterday. We saw a cop driving and texting. And as he was texting, he went off of the road and then got back on the road. And if somebody would have been there, they would have gotten hit. And I was just wondering, can a cop get pulled over for texting and driving?
Well, it would take another cop to pull him over.
You can't be a citizen and go, Mr. Police Officer, you're texting and driving.
Well, he's behind the wheel, so what are you going to do? You're going to wave him over to the side of the road, and then when he
Citizens
stops...
arrest.
Citizens arrest on the police officer.
I don't think that would go down well.
No, it would not.
I don't think that would go down at all.
You'd probably end up getting tased.
I believe that's how one gets tased. But yeah, he clearly was texting, and it did not seem like he was in any kind of an emergency, and his car did go off the road.
Now, I think that if another cop saw it, and it depends upon if it would be like one agency seeing another, would they report it? Could they report it if you were, for instance, you're both sheriff? Would it be something where you could go back and tell your superiors saying, hey, so-and-so is texting and driving?
Oh, then you're a rat.
You're ratting people out?
And I don't know if that would happen. That's why I think I don't know. It would be interesting if it's happened. Has a cop gotten in trouble while on duty for texting and driving in their marked cruiser?
If you're cool and you're the cop that sees another cop doing that and you feel like you need to say something, which I would not say something, but you can go to him privately maybe and say, hey, bro, I saw you and you shouldn't be texting and driving.
What if you saw this guy, more than once him doing this, and he's all over the road, like he does it 5 times. You say something? or you still mind your own business?
I'm not a rat, so I never turn him in. But if I feel like I need to speak to him about it, I speak to him. Like a man, I go to him.
Right, that is the right way to handle it. Be like, hey, look, I mean, we got to set an example. If we're out
Right.
texting and driving,
We're the leaders in this community.
yeah.
Could you imagine if Virginia was a police officer? Oh my gosh, that would,
Abuse of power.
that would not be good.
I would definitely be in that evidence closet.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah. But cops can't get in trouble. Somebody said, I saw a video of a cop getting pulled over and arrested for speeding. Look it up. It's pretty funny.
He gets, but you get arrested for speeding? Was he doubling the speed limit? Because we've all sped before.
Don't know. It's a good question. Yeah.
There is a bunch of videos of cops pulling other cops over. I told you about the
Really?
one cop. He was drinking and driving, and
Wow.
he was like, "You guys are gonna turn me in." They go, "Come on, man. We don't want to. Don't make it harder than what it has to be." And then halfway through, this cop, starts bawling and crying, like, "My career in life is over. I can't believe you're doing this to me." Like, I know, man. Come on, just get in the back.
Texting and driving, one thing. Drinking and driving, next level.
Oh, yeah.
I think you got to catch that guy. You can't let him drink and drive. Anybody.
Well, the one officer
time.
wanted to be let go. The whole thing's on video.
Yeah. They said you can always get the cop's car number and call the police station using their car number to say, hey, I just saw an officer in car number, blah, 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 blah. He's texting and driving. I want to let you know.
You better call from a burner phone.
Yeah, I mean, at that point.
You'd be a marked man.
Yeah, all of a sudden, get random police visits at the house, checking to see if you're up to code, Mr.
There's a
Paddington.
code of brothers that the cops have, and guess what? You're not in on it. I think they protect each other, too, sometimes. You got to be careful.
Yeah. Somebody said a cop almost hit me in a crosswalk when I was running last week because he was texting.
Oh.
Okay. So I guess it could happen. And somebody said, I work for another agency that I will not name, but yes, FHP would call our unit number and speed to my agency all the time to say, hey, we got this car number doing this speed to let you know, or this officer and this car number is texting and driving.
So the FHP is like the
FHP is hardcore. They will
keeping everybody honest.
They will let you know. Be like, yeah.
Let them
do
do
with it
it.
what you will.
I don't need to be getting involved as a civilian. Let the FHP rat them.
You ever be pulled over by the FHP?
They don't play.
They do not play.
Okay, interesting stuff. So there you go. There's your answer. That's how you handle it. Should you see a cop texting and driving, use the car number, call the agency if you're so moved to do so, and keep an eye out for everybody when you're running, even in the crosswalks. Somebody said, hey, this should probably be brought up. I believe it was Ann that speculated on gas prices before, and Kevin said it was no good, and now look at him eating crow. I think what it was is Ann was saying that you would save by filling up in the morning, wasn't it? Because of the temperature, that you get more gas and bang for your buck. It had to do with the temperature more than it did the day.
Do you really want to go down this road again, Smugs?
I'm just clarifying because people are like going, yeah, she said this before. What she had said was it's what time of day you get your gas.
Are we sure?
Saves on the money.
Are we sure you're not spinning it, Smug?
It sounds like Smuggy spin.
Dennis can grab the audio and play it. I feel very confident that's what it was.
Very spinny, very Smuggy.
Yeah, that's how I feel it
Well,
was. I think the information I'm bringing in is a little different. It's not the same. It's the day of the week, not the time of day.
He's trying to say his information is right and
yeah.
hers was wrong.
We can read through the Smuggy lines, Virginia.
I wasn't discrediting her thoughts and theories for this reason.
Your beady eyes
I'm
say
not
it all.
flip-flopping on it. Yeah.
I just pray on Ann's not listening right now. For your sake, Ralston. For your sake.
You've
Okay.
made the list again.
All right. Well, here you go. A VMK, Value Meal Killer song on gas.
We're about to get angry. We're about to get mean.
We're about to get medieval on the gasoline.
Chevron Mobile Texaco.
Why you gotta keep taking all my dough?
SBP Amoco.
Are we gonna pay your prices?
Hell no. Chevron Mobile Texaco.
Why you gotta keep taking all my dough?
SBP Amoco.
Are we gonna pay your prices?
Hell no. AV and Bay, can we borrow some cash?
No, I'm broke. I spend it all on gas.
We cry together. We die together.
Gas prices make us strive together. When I was a kid, gas was 89 cents.
Now gas costs more than
Chargers. I'm challenging you to a duel.
That's right. Okay. You want those cheap gas prices? They're saying go Mondays. That's it. Fridays is your worst day. So plan accordingly. Save a little bit of cash. And on the Aunt Ann debate, somebody's saying yes. Aunt Ann was saying that it was about getting the gas early in the morning. You get more bang for your buck, supposedly because the gas wells due to it being a cooler temperature. The molecules are closer together at colder temperatures, resulting in more fuel. And that was a very lengthy debate
Wow.
we took on.
Smug's not
at the
letting this
time.
one go.
That's what
Gotta
people
show
are-
the people he's right.
No, people were texting in. I'm just reading what the people are saying. They're like, yeah, that's what it was all about. I remember that discussion you all had, and the results were inconclusive.
We know, Kevin. You're right. You're the boss.
Oh,
I'm
yeah. Just tell him he's right. He's the boss.
Tell him he's right.
I'm just telling you. That's
It's
what
good,
it
it's good to be
was.
king.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to throw at us, you can. 877-979-WRMF. Call or text KVJ Show. Yeah, well, here we go. Today is National Sibling Day, and we got a brother-sister combo on here with Melanie and her brother, Patrick, both joining us here today. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Patrick.
Hello.
How you doing, Patrick?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, what we have done here is we have asked Melanie, your sister, Patrick, some probing, prying questions here, and we're going to see how well you do for Sunfest tickets. Now, to win, you must either go through 5 questions or get 3 right, whatever comes first, okay? So if you just kind of hang on the line and answer all the questions, you'll get the tickets regardless, but you can end it early by getting 3 correct, all right?
Okay.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, we got question number 1 for you. Patrick is going to be giving us the answers here about Melanie. Okay.
Yes.
the other
I
way
asked
around.
Patrick all the questions, so.
Okay, so we're going to be asking Patrick here to answer them about Melanie.
Melanie's going to be answering the questions that I asked Patrick
Oh, okay.
about his sister.
Okay, so flip it around.
Flipping it around.
Okay.
Wow, Denny's really throwing a lot of
I didn't mean to confuse
curveballs at you,
everyone.
huh, Coach? Man, between Virginia and Denny's.
It's my fault. I
Thank goodness I'm
apologize.
here to help support you, Kev.
Oh, yeah. Thank goodness he's here.
Okay. All right, so here we go. We're going to be asking Patrick here. Is that correct? Did I get that right? We're asking Patrick or are we asking Melanie?
Denny's
I thought
could-
we were asking Patrick, and then it was Melanie.
This is your
Did
boy.
that get flipped on me, Virginia, from what we had talked about?
I asked Patrick the questions, and then Melanie will tell us the answers. So Patrick has been asked all of those questions, and he gave us answers about his sister.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, boy, Denny's. I can tell by Kevin's eyes right now. He's not really
No,
happy.
we're just. No, I thought. Was it me or did we have it the other way earlier, Virginia? That's why I'm confused.
I'm real confused.
All right, well,
I'm in
here
the
we go.
spin zone.
All right, I'm asking Melanie here about Patrick. Okay. All right, here we go. Question number 1, Melanie. We asked your brother Patrick about this. What is the worst thing that Patrick has ever done to you, Melanie? What is the worst thing that Patrick has ever done to you, Melanie?
The worst thing he's ever done to me. I don't know. I'm the older sibling. I did more worse things than him.
Okay.
Probably tell on something I did.
Okay.
Tell my parents that I did something.
Would you agree with that, Patrick?
Well, Denny's asked the question the other way.
He asked it the way you wanted it.
Wait, didn't he just tell me to ask Melanie?
I'm going to choose to stay out of this one. I'm just kind of get the popcorn
questions-
and watch this implode. Denny, speak for yourself.
The questions were asked.
Why am I so
of-
confused by
The
this?
questions were.
Denny's, what's going on?
So I think you're just saying it backwards, Kevin. I asked Patrick these questions about his sister. So when we ask Melanie, we're trying to get the questions to line up with what Melanie said.
Who am I asking the question to?
So I asked Patrick the question.
Just
so
tell
we're
me,
gonna ask-
give me a name. Who am I asking the damn question to?
So
That's why I'm
ask
so
Melanie,
confused.
because those answers are going to be Melanie's answers. We're seeing if that lines up.
Wait, you're saying ask Mel? I just asked Melanie and she doesn't know.
Did-
Right, okay, wait. I asked Mel. Okay.
Did you ask Melanie?
Okay, ask Melanie. Okay, ask Melanie. Okay.
It's about Melanie.
Yes.
It's not about Patrick.
No.
So look at it like that.
Okay.
It's
But
about
the worst
Melanie.
thing she did
Sorry, I
to
got-
me.
Yes.
The
Okay.
worst
So
thing she did to me, not the worst thing I did to her.
Wow, just reading some of the comments. I don't know if you guys want me to read some of that.
Shut up. You're still on iTunes. You jackal.
You know what? I'm going to have Denny's ask him because I have no idea who I'm asking to what.
Okay.
I'm so spun around by this.
Denny's doesn't have headphones, so here with the share.
Okay, you just ask the question. I'll deal with the rest. You don't have to deal with the answer. Okay. Who are we asking this to? You're asking this to Patrick, correct? Okay, and I put the numbers on it.
Jayford. He's not easy to work with, is
It's
he?
impossible to share these headphones.
Oh, this is my fault. Everyone's turning on everybody.
Let's get it together. It's a professional operation.
Yeah, where's the song Bit Killer at?
Okay, just reboot,
Well,
reboot.
so-
Ask it correctly.
Melanie, we asked your brother what's the worst thing he thinks you've done to him.
The worst thing I've done to him. As kids, I used to lock him out of the house, and we also had a fight once where he hit his head and he was bleeding.
Okay.
Either-
Patrick, what would you say to that? Would you agree with your sister?
So, yeah, she did used to lock me out of the house all the time. And the fight, I don't remember the fight where she won.
How long did she lock you out of the house for, and how old were you when this was happening?
Fairly young. Elementary school, I would get home from school, and my parents wouldn't get home until, normal evening time. So she wouldn't let me in the house until they got home.
Oh. He's in first grade.
That's terrible. Okay. He did answer correctly, though, right?
Yay.
Okay.
They had time to text each other. Hey, here's the answers 1 through 5.
Yeah, we kind of spotted you one there. Okay, second question we got here, Denny's.
All right, Melanie, what's the biggest lie you've ever told Patrick?
The biggest lie I've ever told Patrick? Probably the type of things I used to do in high school that were not necessarily legal.
All right, like down what route?
Mm-hmm.
Probably the type of accessories to fun I used to do, such as weed and...
Okay.
Weed and what else? There's something else you were dabbling in. We can tell.
Denny's, do we have a correct answer here on his response?
We do.
Wow.
Yay.
It was, Patrick said her lying about smoking weed.
There's some other drugs listed on that list.
There are.
I believe there's acid listed on there as well.
I don't know how deep we want to get.
Okay, Melanie.
All right, Melanie, yeah.
Dropping acid at school.
Yeah.
Okay, you got two so
At home.
far.
I did the weed at school.
You did? Wait, so you were smoking weed at school, Melanie?
Yeah, I had some good friends in high school.
Okay. Did you go to school in South Florida by chance?
I did.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds about right.
I heard it went around here.
Denny's, yeah. All right, you get this correct. You got the Sunfest tickets. What is our third question here, and how well you know your sibling with Melanie and Patrick?
All right, Melanie, we asked Patrick how many sexual partners he thinks you've had in your life.
Whoa.
Okay.
And he's got a number, too.
He's got
Let's
a
see if it
number.
matches up. This would be our third correct answer. And what would that be?
Well, if he was smart, he would have said just one since I'm married. But I would guess 6 or 7.
Okay.
Do we have a match?
Oh, wait a minute.
You get one number. What is your final guess?
Lucky number 7.
Patrick, is that right?
That's what I guessed. I
Yeah.
didn't have a clue, but
All right.
Oh, he got the first 3. Look at that.
Look at that.
3 in a row. What were the other 2 questions just for chance here, Denny's? I'm kind of curious.
Well, Melanie, we asked Patrick how many one-night stands he thinks you might have had.
Okay. All right. And then what was the final question?
We also asked him if he ever thought you had a threesome.
Whoa.
Ooh.
What's the
I
answer?
did not have to answer that.
Come on.
Very nice. Well, happy.
I think you just did.
Happily Siblings Day there, Melanie and Patrick. We got some Sunfest tickets for you guys to go and enjoy, okay?
Thank you.
You are so welcome.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many
go!
It's kind of an odd story, especially when you're a dude that's got a ton of cash. 59-year-old Francis Lippy had bought himself an $8 million island off of Key West.
Wow, that sounds fancy.
Yeah, and he also is the same guy that owns the Real World house in Key West. I've heard about that. It's where MTV shot their 17th season.
Yes.
So this is the guy that owns that house, and he's got his own island. So it's kind of odd that he was just accused in a scheme to steal $300 in household items from Kmart. Wait, what?
He was in Kmart shoplifting?
Apparently, he would buy the items, including like a Keurig coffee maker, and then he would return the original boxes with other items packed inside like a basketball.
What?
Yes. He's trying to scam Kmart out of like Keurig coffee makers. And they got hip to the game, and he got arrested on Saturday on a felony charge of grand theft.
What are you doing, dude?
You got an island, and you have the Real World house in Key West, and you're worried about $300 in household items?
It's not about that. It's about the chase, getting away with it. I've seen people do it. They come from money, and they love to steal. It's something in them.
You can only do it once.
Yeah.
You can't go back to the same store and bring a Keurig box with a basketball in it more than once.
It's the rush. What if he gets it done twice? Then all of a sudden, the blood's boiling.
You're an idiot.
Me?
Not you.
Oh.
Well, you are an idiot too, but this guy's an idiot.
What are you turning on me for?
Not you.
Why am I an idiot?
This guy's an idiot.
You hurt my feelings.
I said a comment. You're an idiot.
No, not you. I mean the guy. I mean, you can't do that. Of course they're going to open the box.
Well, here's another one we can call an idiot. Guy in Oklahoma tried to steal a propane tank. You ever seen those things?
Oh, yeah. Those are heavy when they're full.
Oh, yeah. Well, he decided he was going to shoplift it by shoving it down his pants.
A propane tank?
Propane tank, yeah.
Maybe it was a smaller one.
Okay, well,
the ones that I use are big.
I know. Needless to say, whatever it was and whatever size, they noticed. There's a woman in Tennessee that stole a motorized shopping cart from a Walmart and was driving it down the highway. Yeah, she kind of stood out.
Those are fun.
Does it say Walmart on it? Because you're going to get busted.
I don't think it does.
A lot of times they build them to where you can't leave them off the parking lot.
Right, they
Some
lock
of them
up.
don't though. Some of them still have the old school where you can drive off the parking lot.
He's right.
Yeah, I thought Walmart didn't even have like the wheels were supposed to lock up when you get past a certain perimeter.
Yeah, but maybe they're an old school Walmart that doesn't have that new technology.
It's Tennessee, I don't know.
Yeah, I noticed there's been a bunch of shopping carts on the corner of Village Boulevard when I'm going home, and it looks like a Walmart cart. So people are taking Walmart
Maybe
carts.
not. Okay. Well, here's the very Tennessee thing she said when being pulled over. They said, what are you doing? She's like, I'm on my way to Waffle House.
That's just a day. That's a good redneck day.
That's a good redneck
Walmart
day.
followed by Waffle House.
You boost a motorized shopping cart from Walmart and you head to Waffle House.
What's next? A night of bowling?
That is a complete day of great fun.
Well, cops got a call to come to a home in Oregon. There was a burglary in progress. They get there, and apparently underneath the bathroom door, there was some movement going on, and they thought that the robber had broken into the house. The woman comes home. Bam, the door shuts. Robber's in there barricaded. They think they got one of these kind of like police situations. Door's locked. Officers arrive. They see the shadow. They're like, yep, sure enough, something's in there moving. So they're in there knocking on the door. They're like, all right, come out with your hands up. Nobody responds. So the officers do what officers do. They kick the door down. Inside was a Roomba.
I hear those things are awesome, by the way.
They are awesome, but they're expensive, but they're awesome.
We talking under or over 500?
Oh, under.
Okay.
Okay. Check one out.
Do you have a Roomba?
No,
I don't.
Why is everyone talking about these Roombas then? They're like the best thing ever. That's what I hear.
It vacuums your house while you're gone.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like a good product. Everyone keeps raving about it. I don't know. I've talked too much about the Roomba.
Yeah. Just got to make sure your pets are potty trained.
Yeah. Otherwise, they drag poo all over your house.
Oh, no. A Pumbaa.
Yeah. Another story about Uber drivers. Look out in San Fran. One of these Uber drivers dropped somebody off at the airport last Thursday and then saying, hey, they're flying out of town. They went right back to their house to break in.
Oh, my gosh.
But the doorbell cam set off an alarm and he left. But then he broke into a neighbor's house and stole a bunch of stuff there. Luckily, the cops have tracked him down and recovered some of it. But yeah, I mean, obviously they knew who he was, but the fact that he picked them up as the Uber driver, and then they also got him on the doorbell cam.
And the neighbors, I think, got him on their cam too.
Yeah, it was very well documented.
Dummy.
It shouldn't be much of a trial. There's a woman who went to the airport a little hammered, hopped on a Spirit's flight in Orlando.
You need to be hammered if you're going to ride in Spirit. Let me just tell you that right now. It's a rough ride.
Well, she made it very entertaining on her way to Newark. Apparently, she was a little belligerent, and the flight attendant said, yeah, can you turn off your phone here before takeoff? She's like, oh, yeah, well, what about this? She lifts up her dress and started twerking.
I think we have audio of it.
It's a totally rational response to that question. Turn off your phone. Here's my ass.
Oh, yeah, right.
Please remain seated.
Leave.
Yeah, record all your
Oh, yeah. Some people like it.
Spirit.
Yeah, come find me then.
Yeah, leave. Bye. Yeah.
I mean, this is on a plane.
These are pirates.
Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah, apparently the flight crew had to tell her to get off the plane, so things escalated quickly on Spirit Airlines.
I want to see her do the twerk. I haven't seen the video.
Oh, I've seen it. It's pretty good.
Is it?
She actually lifts up her dress and like shows it to all the people behind her that are like telling her to get off the plane. She's shaking it all over the
Okay.
place. She didn't look that drunk either. She just looked sassy.
She's having a good
mad.
time.
Yeah.
She's on Spirit, y'all. There's a woman in New Hampshire that is suing a restaurant called the Stumble Inn Bar and Grill. And ironically, when she's going through the front door, she stumbled
And fell.
and got a concussion. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're telling you as you're walking in, it's the Stumble Inn and Bar.
It's on you if you get hurt.
Yeah. There's a woman in Taiwan that recently showed up at a hospital with a swollen eye, and they found out that apparently 4 tiny bees had flown into her eye while she was pulling weeds.
Oh, hell
What?
no.
How's that possible? I thought the eye was airtight.
That's what I thought too. How is that possible? And apparently the bees had been feeding off her tears for about 4 hours. That's insane, right?
They're living behind her eye?
And feeding off her tears.
Oh,
So she's crying and going, thanks for the food.
What a bizarre story.
It is a bizarre
story.
I don't get it. I get so many calls every single day, and I have numbers that are plugged into my phone. I never answer a number that I don't recognize. And 2, a lot of times I'm just like, hey, just leave me a message. And, it's probably something casual. To me, I prefer texting. If you got to talk to me, just be like, hey, I need to talk to you about this.
Yeah, text me, call me. It's about this.
Yeah. That's the best way to deal with it. It's something about I don't even like the process of checking voicemails. I'm weird like that.
Because it's always bad. I can't remember the last time I got a good voicemail. It's always like, Mr. Pennington, you owe everything to this establishment. We need $9,000 now.
Yeah. But my wife, I don't know why, she can't help herself. Like the phone rings, she's always answering it. And 90% of the time, it's somebody with some kind of scam or something stupid that is going on. But yet she still continues to talk to them. And I'm like, I don't know why.
Is there part of her that likes the fight? Kind of like my family?
She usually says something kind of weird, and to her, I think it is kind of like fun. But for me, it's like we're having a conversation about something. It's like, oh, hold on. I'm like, it's just yeah.
If I don't know the number, I do not answer it because they're all those robocalls.
Even when I know the number, I don't answer it.
Yeah. Some of them are robocalls. Some of them are the scammers that wind you up with some kind of weird thing where the IRS is coming to arrest you, and you have to go to Walgreens for whatever reason and get cards to pay them off. So
some of them call, and my friend alerted me to this over the weekend. I got a call, but I was waiting for a call from this town. And then sure enough, this number came up and it said like Boynton Beach. And I was waiting for somebody to call me from Boynton Beach.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, should I get it? Even though I don't recognize it. I picked it up and I put it on speaker. And my friend that was sitting with me is like, that's a robocall. I'm like, no, it's not. And I said, hello. And the person said, hello back. And they asked for a specific person. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number. And they said, oh, well, it's the Police Athletic League or Police Benevolent League.
Oh,
and
okay.
We're fundraising. I mean, You can't hang up on the police.
Right.
You feel bad. You're like, I don't want
Shouldn't.
to make the police mad. I can't hang
Yeah.
up on the police. But my friend said that's a robocall. They robocall it to sound like a real person.
Oh, that's amazing.
Talking to you, and it's not.
The technology's crazy, huh?
Oh yeah, it is getting to the point where you don't know the difference between a robot and a human. The robots are sounding like humans now, and they're tricking people.
Wow.
I told
They
you.
got me.
Yeah. That's why you don't even answer.
You're right. I'm not answering anymore.
Don't
Yeah.
answer the phone or the door. It's never good.
Trust me, I really don't.
I know. I don't either.
Well, the problem with it, like yesterday, I'm sitting there, I'm doing some work, and the doorbell rings. I'm like, oh.
What's good? What is this?
Yeah, and so I kind of sit there and wait because you know what happens when you have packages delivered?
They'll just drop them.
UPS rings the doorbell. And so what happens half the time, I go up there and I look at the little, eye hole thing. I'm like, try to see what's going on. And yeah, it's like, all I see is like that brown truck. I'm like, okay. But they ring the doorbell and then I get up from the table and I'm like, it's a to-do. So
Right.
now the doorbell rings. I don't even flinch. That's just kind of like where my world is now. But if you ever do get a live caller that comes through and you do like messing with them, and some people do, they made a sport out of it. It's kind of fun. This is a video that was out. Here's how some guys were messing with one of those scammers, the ones that try to make you think that you're getting arrested by the IRS.
Press the number 3 to discontinue further services. Thank you. And
Thank you for responding that credit card.
Hey, could you
services.
just
How
hold
are you
on
doing?
1 second?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Hey, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Which credit card do you have?
I'm sorry,
right
could
now?
you just hold on 1 more second?
Okay. Verify me your date of birth.
Let go of that. We just got this new dog and he's like eating everything.
Verify me your date of birth.
February 2nd.
February 2nd, 19.
Yes.
What is that? What is the year? 19 what?
Yes.
19 what? 19?
February 2nd.
Hello, 19 what? February 2nd, 19? 19
Yes.
what?
Yes.
Yes.
19 what?
February 78. 19.
19, what is the year?
Yeah, I just said that. 78.
And what is the expiration date of your...
Let go.
Expiration date of your credit
He's
card.
biting so many different things.
Expiration date of your credit card. Sir, what are you doing? You're wasting my time. Sir, you're wasting my time.
That's actually kind of an accomplishment if you can get them to hang up on you.
Yeah, all you have to do is start growling and hissing, and they usually do hang up. That's all you got to do.
Somebody texted in and said a robot had called my mom to tell her that my brother and I had been in an accident.
Oh, no.
I was literally in my room napping. That's crazy. They're doing that now?
Yeah, man.
Accidents?
They make you feel like... I told you about the one. They said my brother was in South America waiting for an operation, and he couldn't get a hold of me. It was terrible.
And they wanted you to pay for his operations with Publix gift cards.
They wanted gift cards. They said, well, if you can't give us cash, get us gift cards. Go to Publix and get gift cards. My ass is driving to Publix. I'm calling my sister. She's like, dude, it's a scam. Our brother's not in South America.
Wow. Somebody's saying that the call you got, Virginia, is actually a scam. Hang up on them. It's not the cops.
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
Gosh, crazy.
But when someone tells you they're the cops, if for a second you're like, I don't want to hang up on the cops and make them mad.
Yeah.
I will from now on, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, a lot of us have some crazy jobs. Jen's in the chat room. She's saying work is insane and it is killing me. You know, work actually will drive you to drink, Virginia. I don't know if you knew that. Actually, you did know that.
I do know that.
This job does, because they make you drink. It's every event.
I'm drunk right now.
They make you drink?
Cocktails, karaoke, beer fest, beer and kids world.
It's not as fun at water and karaoke.
Yeah. If we're going to go to cocktails and karaoke and not drink, we're going to be dry.
They're making you drink?
Yeah, read the contract. It's in there.
Really? That's not in my contract. You've got to actually consume alcohol at these events?
I said we're going to host cocktails and karaoke, and then we're not going to drink. We're posers at that point.
That bit was my idea.
What?
Cocktails and karaoke.
But still, though, we got to drink to the boss. We know how you are.
Well, you're making it sound like they're forcing us. Like, hey, Jay Bird, I got a report back that you went to cocktails and karaoke and you didn't drink. Wait, we need to talk. You're suspended.
I think the people
You're making it sound like this is a prerequisite.
If I was up there sipping on water, I don't think the people would like that or respect it.
But would the boss be like, I saw you drinking water?
They should be.
I'm just trying to sort this out. I didn't know.
The boss is like, Look, Jay Bird, come in my office.
Yeah,
we got to
need
talk.
Yeah, you're drinking water. Come on, man. What's
You gotta-
going on?
You got to set the example.
There is something about your job that is driving you to drink. That is at least according to this new survey that they have done here, asking people about their jobs, what they do, and then about whether or not they are drinking. Well, they found that forcing a smile for customers is linked to more drinking after work.
I can see that. I was talking to somebody the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and their only job at this place of business is dealing with all the complaints.
Okay.
All the people that aren't happy, they send to this one girl because they know that she's got this. She's so awesome and happy.
Yeah.
But I bet she goes home and does heroin.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, think about Denny's. He's on the front line of getting all of the hate calls.
Oh, he's literally get the firing squad.
Virginia says such crazy things on the air. He's got to clean it up and
Right.
deal with it. You wonder why that guy likes a little bit of the weed. He's got to kind of chill out when he gets home.
I should pay for his weed.
Yeah, you should.
Well, the reason behind this, they found that people have to smile a lot, and you have to. You know, you're a person that is right there in front of the general public. You really can't suppress those negative emotions that naturally you're going to have about things that aren't going well. Other people who are not face-to-face with customers can vent and kind of relieve themselves of that stress and tension. So the people who are like smiling all day long and they're like, ha, ha, ha. They have to grin and bear it when they go home. They pound down the drinks when the shift's over because they weren't able to get out those negative emotions and they need the booze apparently to help them suppress it.
Then they get into a fight with their mate. They're drunk. My job in life sucks.
They theorize that we all have a limited amount of self-control each and every single day. And if you got to waste it on pretending to be happy at work, you don't have much left over when you get home and you're still stressed and you're like, drink, you know.
That's how people snap.
So self-control, there is a limit of how much you have per day.
That's what they're theorizing. Yes, it's kind of like a gauge like you would have for gas in your car that when it's on empty, you're like, I don't have any more self-control. Give me some booze and food and I'm going to binge eat and drink and all that stuff.
Wow.
Yes.
That's fascinating.
Yes, and I'm
They're
sure
theorizing.
And I'm sure some people have more self-control than others. There's a spectrum, I'd imagine.
True, but I do recognize that. There are times where I'm just like going, whatever it is, I try to recognize that. That's what I try to do. I'm like going, I'm tapped right now. I might be tapped of patience, creativity, whatever it might be. I'm like, I got to go into something else because I'm tapped.
When I'm in that kind of mood, that is when I eat the worst. I'm, you know what? Let me get this pizza, throw tacos in the pizza, wrap it up, dip it in chocolate.
Yeah, they did one of those unfortunate experiments on mice again. These poor mice. And
These mice are just going
These
through
mice
it.
are- oh my gosh, again? They were testing binge drinking and eating, and they said that there is a connection that they find that is going on. Has to do with something that's firing off in the brain. So when you drink a lot, it makes you want to eat a lot too. But they say on the flip side, when you binge eat, it can lead to more binge drinking for the same reasons. You're triggering off something, synopsis is going off in the brain. So it could start with eating and then lead to drinking, or it could start with drinking and leads to eating. And usually mine is drinking to eating.
Yes.
But yeah, I will find that you know, hey, it's you go to brew at the zoo and you come home and there's a bag of Takis. Look out.
Yeah, I got to do a cake detox. I have to take about 14 days off of cake because it's.
Did you eat all the whoopie pies?
Oh my! The whoopie pies, they never stood a chance. That was 3 days ago.
They
Virginia.
knew it.
Yeah.
Like, we don't stand a chance. Well, coming up here, too, in just a couple of minutes, I'm kind of curious. Let's say, for instance, you've got one of those jobs, you're supposed to be doing stuff. A lot of people can luckily, when they don't have to deal with the general public and smile at them all the time, they can kind of dip off to the side and take off a little bit of stress, maybe digging around doing something else, play a video game, look at social media, do a little online shopping. I know a lot of people will do.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, watching you too. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at all they got done today, and it wasn't show work.
But I got some cool G.I. Joes on eBay.
So I'm just kind of curious, what are you supposed to be doing at work right now, and what are you actually doing? So what is it you're supposed to be doing? Like for you guys, it would be like a radio show, and then you would put / buying G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm multitasker. I'm working on that.
Yeah. Kind of curious what is actually really going on in working America today. Hit us up, 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763 at the KVJ Show.
Did you miss an episode of the KVJ Show? No worries. Find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or kvjshow.com.
All right, I want to know, what are you supposed to be doing at work and what are you actually doing? That's the big question. Oh, yeah, a lot of us use our work time to have a little bit of fun or to kill a little bit of time. Josie's on here from Tamarack. Hello, Josie.
Good morning, guys.
Okay, so what is it you're supposed to be doing?
Reshipping medication.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Reshipping medication?
Right. Like people are calling because their medication's lost or stolen or damaged or things like that. And so I have my little tablet and I'm watching Game of Thrones. As well as doing my job.
Yeah, right. New season Sunday. Yeah.
Gotta get ready.
Right. So I got through 3 seasons in 1 week. It was pretty awesome.
That is really awesome. I got to tell you, that would be so tempting if you have a job like what Josie does. It, one, sounds kind of boring. 2, a little monotonous, but it's something where you can kind of like break away a little bit and you got that tablet with you. Oh, my gosh. I'd be watching everything.
Saved by Thrones, man. It's saving you.
Yeah.
It seems, though, I have to throw the tablet down a little so that, like, if somebody walks by, they're not seeing, like, butt shots or like.
Yeah. Well, I think, probably, do you have a system to it, Josie? Like you kind of know. There's like maybe you, I don't know, put a box in front of the door so they trip over to somebody's coming, or do you have a way that you kind of like make it look like you're busy?
We have cubicles. Cubicles. So, like, somebody can totally walk up on you if you have your headphones on and it's too loud. You don't hear somebody coming up. So I'll usually, if I feel somebody coming or if it's a scene that is risque, I'll knock it down or I'll turn the brightness down so that nobody can see what is going on.
Yeah, that's the real trick. You know what they need? I don't know if anybody has this. They need glasses you could put on that would make to the naked eye your tablet look like there's nothing on it, but to you, you can see what's actually on the screen.
I like it.
Write that down. That's good.
That'd be a great filter, wouldn't it?
I love it.
How awesome would that be, huh, Josie?
Yes, that would be awesome.
Okay, can somebody invent that? That would be great. She needs that.
She's like, stop saying my name.
Yeah, Josie, who's not at work, who works at a medication.
I hope it's a fake name.
I do too.
April is on here from West Palm Beach. Okay, what are you supposed to be doing and what are you actually doing at work here, April?
Hi. Well, my situation's a little different because I'm my own boss, but I'm a porn star online.
Nice.
And so I'm supposed to be teasing guys and, making them feel all good about tuning into my show. And sometimes I'll do that while they're tipping me good money. But sometimes you get 10 minutes or so where you just want to the right guys watching, not making money. So kind of just plop my boobs down in front of the camera, but up above the camera, there's smoking boobies.
So your phone's really breaking up. I know. This is
So
Jaber's so upset. Yes.
The camera's on her boobs, and she'll put them, like her boobs, on the camera. But her face, you can't see it. It's above the camera. So she'll be up there smoking a doobie.
Yeah.
Doing her own thing, or eating, or
Watching
whatever.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While you're looking at her boobs, she's in another world.
Right. I have a question for her. I don't know if her phone's gonna. When you're doing the teasing stuff, do you get paid for that, or is that just to kind of prime the pump, get them interested?
You have to tease them to get them to tip you, and the better the tease, the better the tips. So you kind of get good at what's going to get those tips, just what pulls and what needs to come off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you can kind of go through the motions in a sense. After you've done it for a while, you're like, okay, I know this move. I know if I do that, pap, 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 and I do spit, then then I'm going to get a huge tip.
What things do you...
I'll show you during commercial.
Yeah.
will not.
Why don't we put you on for a private conversation? Because
I think you got a new subscriber.
Yeah.
No, I am asking the questions everyone wants the answers
Whatever,
to.
Barbara Walters.
Get out of here. I am doing hardcore journalism right now.
Somebody said on that whole little invention idea I had, they already have it. It's called blackout screens. You can use these for phones and work computers as well. That somebody come by with the naked eye, they look at your screen, looks like it's dark, but to you, you're able to see what's on it. You can watch TV shows and stuff.
Oh.
That is how you beat the system.
That is pretty awesome. Yep. Somebody else, they're supposed to be working. Instead, they're catching up on Shameless. A lot of people are doing that kind of stuff. Somebody else said, I'm supposed to be delivering for a major package delivery service. Instead, I'm home smoking weed with the truck right out front of my house in plain view.
Are you gonna go deliver after that?
I don't know. I'd hope not.
No wonder I've been getting packages going to the neighbor's house. People high delivering packages.
Okay. Yeah, thankfully, people are, instead of doing their work and their boring spreadsheets, are watching the KVJ show on Kvj TV on YouTube.
We love you.
Give them something to see, Jay Bird.
Yeah.
Give them what that porn girl gives them.
Yeah.
Somebody's supposed to be answering phone calls at work right now, but I'm actually playing Harry Potter's mystery game on my phone. The game is so addicting. Yes. Somebody's supposed to be selling dental supplies. Instead, they're pressure washing their driveway right now. Okay.
That's awesome.
All righty. There you go. All right. So some fascinating stuff there. 877-979-WRMF. You can always drop your comments on us here on the KVJ show. Coming up in just a couple of minutes. Oh, he's so hopeful that hopefully one day they will reunite. He sees the Backstreet Boys are getting back together. Is there ever hope for NSYNC? Lance Bass. He hopes so.
Oh, you know he does.
His latest plea to JT.
He was trying to buy that Brady house. Remember, he was putting all his eggs in that basket,
was.
and then they swooped in and took it from him. And
They did.
He cried on social media about that for about a week. We felt heartbroken for Lance Bass.
We really do. So is it about time for an NSYNC reunion? His pitch to JT, you'll hear next.
Want to see what Virginia looks like on camera? And Kevin and Jason? YouTube.com/KVJ show. Looking for some KVJ merchandise and swag? Go to KVJshow.com and click KVJ Gear.
Well, the Backstreet Boys, they're teasing new tour dates, possibly new music. And if you remember back to the early 2000s, the boy band battles, oh, who's better? BSB, NSYNC. One has definitely lasted a lot longer than the other.
But that's because one kept the band intact and one did not.
Yeah.
One had a breakout solo artist who said bye.
Yep.
And never looked back.
I think he said bye, bitch. He just doesn't need them.
Well, I think the guys in NSYNC, hey, they're ready. They're waiting.
We know.
JT, Justin Timberlake, what are you doing? They're talking to Lance Bass about, hey, what's going on, man? NSYNC. I mean, we're talking about 20 years, right? Getting close to it?
Close.
Getting close to it. In fact, it might be. I'm trying to think of when he exactly took off and started doing the solo stuff. It was early, like 2003, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, not far off then. Okay, so here's Lance Bass talking about NSYNC possibly, ever, maybe, hopefully, one day getting back together.
I would too.
Heck yeah. I think, touring would be great. Awesome. But I would rather just get in the studio and record. That's what I miss the most, is just getting in that studio and just making a song with those guys, because it was such a blast. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you won't.
Yeah, okay. You can hear from Lance Bass all day long. He's not the one you need to hear from.
Yeah.
It's Justin.
It is, yeah. That's the one.
And all those guys are just praying that Man in the Woods was a flop.
Well, here's the thing. It's going to happen. An NSYNC reunion is going to happen. Justin Timberlake isn't quite ready yet. The Man in the Woods wasn't his commercially most successful music.
Nope.
He needs one more stink bomb, and then he's going to
Yep.
go, okay, I'm in my 40s now. I'm not crushing it. Okay, guys, let's get back together, do an NSYNC reunion, and it will go off.
One more turd, and this dream is going to come true, Lance Bass.
They're
The
praying
environment
for it.
does feel a lot more possible than it ever has since Justin Timberlake first left NSYNC.
Sexy back days, no. Wasn't even going to be a possibility. Man in the Woods days, okay, no,
Well,
maybe.
If they got back together, it would be a successful thing. People would lose their mind. You know how it goes, the boy bands. They'd go crazy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if there is one band that you would love to hear get back together for just even one more song, which band would it be? I think if NSYNC got back together, I think it could kick JT back into the butt, his career, everything else. It could be good for just a little one-off, quick album, even one song or a couple hits, and then a little tour to go with it. And then next thing you know, all right, bye.
The Beatles, can we play Dead People?
No, got to be realistic.
Never mind.
Yeah.
This is a real game, Jay Bird. Take it serious.
Sorry.
Damn it.
Because I think one of my top votes, and I'm not sure if it's the ultimate choice, but for me, it would be the band Oasis. I'm a big fan of Oasis, and I think they're still doing decent music, but there's something special in those two brothers who hate each other, and it's National Sibling Day, So, I mean, if Oasis could ever come together, wouldn't today be the day to do just one more song?
I sent you some of the brothers' music.
Yeah, Liam
It's
Gallagher.
good.
It's very good. Yeah, it was really good stuff. I
Jay-Bird,
did like it.
You're always talking about how Billy Joel's first band was great.
The band that he had from 1975, 76 to about 1988, the original guys from all that band, that was his best band. And then, like Kevin was telling us the other day, he fired most of those people.
Yeah.
He wanted younger people.
And did it work out?
I never thought his music sounded as good as he did from those guys in that band.
So maybe the old guys are what made him.
I think they did a great live show. It sounds too polished now. You need a little edge. You need a little rawness to some of these performances.
Yeah, and you guys that kind of suck.
No, they did not. They did not suck.
No.
You need guys that are going to mess up, like the old guys.
It makes it more real, man.
Okay, so what would you say? What would be your vote? And they have to be able to do it because you got the Spice Girls that are out there. You're like, oh, we just need one more song from the Spice Girls.
No, we don't.
Okay, see, he's arguing against it.
I think if Posh would come back, that would be awesome. I know they're going on tour without her, but it's just not going to be the same.
I want all of my minutes in life back from the times we talked about the Spice Girls having a reunion. Now, I'm over the Spice Girls.
Oh, and I was just so nice about your Billy Joel crap. Take it back.
Well, I mean, Billy Joel is a great artist. The Spice Girls kind of a novelty.
Yeah. Some of these bands we've had, and I had gotten kind of excited about the possibility of them doing it. Then, like TLC, granted, no way you're going to get Left Eye, but they had talked about, redoing and at least doing kind of a singy type song, but it just never seemed to materialize.
You ain't got the original. It's
Salt and Pepper. They could come back with another one.
And they have. They played Sunfast. I
No,
mean,
but I'm talking about they do just one more song. They make a good run at it and they come out with a new song. It's not about getting back together and playing the old hits. It's about which group out there do we need just one more song from? Who is it? If they got back in the studio to do it, my vote right now would be Oasis. You got somebody better than that.
What about the Police? I know they got back together, but I'd like to hear new Police music.
I agree with you. That'd be really cool. Just one more song. Just see what happens.
Yeah.
Everything they made was pretty magical while they were together. Is there a better guess than that?
Toad the Wet Sprocket. Or Bare Naked Ladies, the original.
Oh, that's for the Bare Naked Ladies fans. You get those guys back together.
Get Steven.
The guy that sings like this, and then the other guy that sings like this. Yeah, if we get those guys back together, awesome.
All right. 877-979-WRMF. Just one more song. Just one more song. What artist, band do we have out there that we just like one more song of? That could happen. We can't bring up because like people are saying, oh, Nirvana, Linkin Park. Now, because of death, can't bring them back or the Beatles.
I like a couple of them in the chat room. You got Bone Thugs and Harmony. Oh, I love me some. I mean, Crossroads.
They all living?
I think they are all living.
Okay.
And I got to check on Busy Bone.
None of them are at the Crossroads?
Let me Google Busy Bone and see if he's gone to the Crossroads.
And I'm boning in heaven?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a great question.
All right. Good check. Somebody else said Journey. That would be getting Steve Perry back with the band. Could happen.
Would people be that excited? I know a certain audience would be excited, but would that be, holy crap, Journey's back? Or...
If they could do what they did, and sometimes that's just it. Like Steve Perry on his own, yeah, he had some solo hits, whatnot, but it seemed like the true magic of what Journey was a couple of those guys that were in the band writing together. And when one would contribute a little, somebody would contribute some more, and putting all that together, to me, that's what's a great band. That's when you're like, okay, apart, yeah, we do okay, but when we're together, that's when we just even everybody out, and that's when we get the perfect mix. So, yeah, if Journey could do like another Don't Stop Believing, that would be amazing. I would love that.
But if they can't, they need to just stop.
That's just it. And I think you'd have to probably say, we got to give them the benefit of the doubt. They would do one more great song. That's why NSYNC, yeah. Hey, another awesome NSYNC song would be great.
Your boys Van Halen, I remember they got back together and they did this one song called Tattoo. And, you know, they're trying to be sexy. Like, oh, yeah, this chick's got tattoos. Ah, come on, bop, bop, bop. You know,
yeah.
David Lee.
Some people, somebody had actually texted that in, Van Halen with David Lee Roth. Yeah, technically they did. I mean, I think Tattoo was an old song they remade that they'd never done before.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was an older one.
Did you like Tattoo?
No, I did not. I did not.
I can't wait to play it right when we get off the air.
No, I haven't liked a Van Halen song that they've come out with new for about 25 years, so it's been a while. Somebody said Blink 182. Love to see them crank another one out. but they have issues. They got to
They
work it
do.
back together.
That one dude, he's all into alien stuff now.
Yeah.
That's his. Was it Tom DeLonge?
Something like that.
Something like that.
ABBA. You know what? Good news. You're going to get a new ABBA in the fall. They've actually
Yeah.
gotten back into the studio, and they've created a new song. I'm hoping it stands up with what they did in the past. We can hope. Somebody else, and I almost said this earlier, SWV. If they could do, like, another Human Nature. I know that was a sample, but...
Or Weak. I get so weak in the
They had
knees,
some good
I
jams,
can
yeah.
hardly breathe. I lose all control. I can.
Someone else texted in the Talking Heads. I was listening to Talking Heads the other day, and I was like, "Oh man, it'd be great to hear." Now they had some really unique. Every song was kind of different and good. I like Talking Heads.
I feel like they always sang like this kind of talk, singing.
He had a little bit of that, kind of like the B-52s guy, a little bit.
What's going on over here? I don't know.
And you may ask yourself.
Yeah, it seems like that guy's always
Burning
toxic.
down the house. Yeah.
We taught Rocco that song the other day because I burned eggs and Panda started playing it. Rocco loves burning down the house now.
He loves actually burning down the house.
The song.
Yes, I was going to say.
Loves it.
It is a great song. And other texts for NWA or Wu-Tang Clan. Give me just one more song. I'd love it. All right, Jay Bird, before we get to the After the Show podcast, would you wrap it up here today with a thought, my friend?
Do you want something deep or do you want something that rhymes?
Give me something rhyming, like
Okay.
Bone Thugs.
Okay.
Do it as Busy Bone.
Can you make it rhymey and deep?
Okay, so you want me to do it as Busy Bone, you want me to rhyme it, and you want me to be deep. I will try. Hey, but get my man. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They scream inside of your head.
What?
He told me to do it as Bone Thugs in harmony.
No.
We couldn't understand you.
Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They scream inside of your head.
Oh.
Okay. All right. At the crossroads.
Did you want the lonely?
Looking for what's going on in South Florida? Sign up for our KVJ E-Blast and stay connected.